Hi guys, it's Pete here from Styles and Baits, and we have finally got the Nova Nebula lathes. We've got a few of these in stock, and this one here, we're going to build it today in this video and show you around it, and then it's going to be going on display in the shop, so stay tuned. Right, so as you can see, we haven't even had a peek inside the box yet, so none of us have ever actually seen one of these in the flesh. But here are the specs on the box, just to give you an idea of how much it weighs. 241 kilos, so you're not going to want this on the roof rack of your car, but we can easily load it into the back of any van or pickup truck, or delivery is £54, that's mainland UK, to your door, and they're actually surprisingly easy to build. We've done a few of the Galaxies and stuff like that, and it's a similar kind of routine where you can take them all to bits and put them all back together, so a couple of people can easily manage this. So here you can see cross brace, headstock, cardboard box. The legs are here and here. So yeah, we'll start getting unboxed and lay it all out so you can see what you get, and then we'll start putting it together. That, I believe, is the tool tray that goes on top of the crossbar. I don't know what's in the cardboard box. One leg. Oh, there it is. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. They've been a long time coming, but we know from the Galaxy and the Saturn DVR that this is going to be a nice lathe. So here's everything you get inside the cardboard box that was inside the wooden box, all the hardware and tools. That is the hand wheel, power lead, tool rest, instructions, faceplate, large rotating centre, small rotating centre, 4-prong drive centre, and the feet. Look at the size of these bad boys. They're huge. Luckily, you do get a spanner that fits them. So this spanner here fits the faceplate, and the other end also fits this, so you haven't got to worry if you haven't got a 30mm spanner. This is quite unusual as well. I've never seen this supplied with a lathe before. This is a tail and headstock alignment tool, which is handy, so when you want to bring the two together and get it spot on for spindle turning, this is what you use. Apart from that, I think we've covered everything there, so we're going to get on now and start putting it together, and you'll see us in the time lapse. here we are, we did it. Hope you enjoyed the time lapse. So we got it all together. It's not too bad, at all if there's two of you. Shelf was a little bit fiddly because you've got to put washers underneath it and then the bolt through the top. But apart from that, it's actually pretty straightforward. This is a satisfying bit. I like taking these off, if I can get hold of it. Here we go. So, just to take you through a few of the unique features of this lathe, apart from all the technology, we'll look at that in a bit, but you've got storage in here for your tail centers or drive centers, which is magnetic. You've got more around the back. This is also self-ejecting, so to get your tail center out, all you've got to do is keep winding it back and it'll pop out. We've got a handrail around here. This is a lock so you can turn the head. So I need two hands really to do this. It's got a remote feature here as well, which is magnetic, so you can move that around, so you can stop and start, change the speed, obviously emergency stop, which is probably the most important bit of that. Actually, we mentioned the tray. And this crossbar underneath, which nice little feature here is there's a plug here so you can fill it with sand. If you want to do that, I would probably do it before you put it together, because you'll want nice dry sand and you'd have to like put the other end on the deck and fill it up from the hole. You've seen the feet before, they're massive and they've got rubber on the bottom of them, so they should absorb some vibration. It's got some very nice badges. These are metal. But unfortunately ours has got a little mark there, so probably have to get a replacement one of those. Coming around the back, here's the main on and off switch. We haven't plugged it in yet, but so we'll show you that later. Indexing system with the little window, so you can see which indexing you're on. Obviously it comes with the faceplate. It's also got a faceplate locking ring, which is over on the bench over there, which goes over this piece here and locks it to the shaft. I've never seen that before, but somebody will find it useful, I'm sure. Right, okay, so I think what we'll do next, I'll get the power lead plugged in and get it turned on, and I'll get the video running again. Right, I've got it plugged in now. So this is the main switch around here that you'll press when you come into the workshop in the evening. And now it's going to play a little tune and give you a safety lecture. And this is telling you it's got brakes enabled, which basically means when you turn it off, it will slow down very quickly. So that's why I use this locking ring on the faceplate, this thing here. If you're using a chuck and all sorts or other face, you just got to make sure you've got the set screws in there so it can't back out when it stops quickly. So to get it working, first we've got to accept the safety notice. And the set speed when you turn it on is 500 RPM. So if I want to start it up now, all I've got to do is press this green button and off it goes. And to change the speed is obviously this dial here. If you just turn it gently like that, it goes up 5 at a time. But if you press it in and turn it, it goes up 100 at a time. And it does go all the way up to 4,000 as well, so we might as well do that. That's 4,000 RPM. And it's very quiet, it's unbelievably smooth. We used to do a trick with the old Galaxy. You could stand a £1 coin on it, and I'm sure you could do the same with this. But apart from the speed on there, you've also got the presets. So each one of these has got 2 presets on it. So if I press F1 now, the set speed is 250 RPM. So if I hit that, that'll bring it straight back down to 250. And then just to demonstrate another one, if I press F3, 750 RPM, forwards and reverse, that confirms it, and off it goes to 750. Now you can go in and change all of those. You can change almost every single parameter you want on this lathe, including the brake, and you can turn that on and off, set all your presets and loads of other features. I won't go into that in this video. There's the emergency stop, but more interestingly is this here, which is the remote. So once you don't touch the remote for a while, the readout goes off on it, but as soon as you start playing with it, it'll bring up the speed. It doesn't show up on camera very well, but you've got a dial here so you can change the speed on it, and I have just turned it off pressing that, but if you press and hold it for about 3 or 4 seconds, it comes on again. It's not the 2 seconds that it says under there. There's obviously emergency stop here as well, which is the most important reason. So when everything starts going mad and flying about all over the place, you can cower behind here and hit that. What else have we got? It's got a locking collar for the height on the tool rest. It's quite a useful little feature just to make sure you've got your centre height where you want it. The headstock's rotating. I think I showed you that in the earlier bit of the video, but you just unlock this and then you can turn it. Now, it is sort of indexed, so you can feel it lock in certain positions, but there's no reason you can't have it in between any of those. So you can come right around to 90. So if you get the bowl turning attachment, which screws onto the end here, you can have it round like this for doing your bowl turning with, or there to do your centre work. Now, as I said, in the box you do get a centre alignment tool, so when you put it back to here, there's obviously going to be a slight bit of movement, you can just see there. So with that centre alignment tool, you can put it in the headstock and the tailstock and make sure it's absolutely spot on. Going back to the tailstock, it's got millimeters etched on it. Oh, it's got inches as well, hasn't it? What haven't I covered? Any questions, obviously, just write them down in the comments and I'll get back to you. I think I've more or less covered everything. There's the indexing system. I think it's 24 indexing system. You should never use that for locking the spindle if you're undoing chucks and all sorts. That's not what it's for. You have got flats on the hand wheel here to put the spanner on for doing stuff like that. This is obviously a left-handed thread on here, so it doesn't undo the same way as that, so you can use it to hold things. I think that's it. As I said, any questions down below and I'll get back to you. And we're delivering our first one of these tomorrow, which is the reason I wanted to get this one built today, so I knew what I was doing, and now I sort of know what I'm doing, so it's all good. Right, cheers for watching. See you in another video.